What's going on, guys? Welcome to Quantum Ascend. Up on the screen, I have FET, Artificial Superintelligence Alliance. What a mouthful, man. This is the daily price chart right now. As you can see on the macro, that last high being back there in April of 2024, we're in the middle of a fifth wave, right? I shouldn't even say in the middle. We're towards the end of a fifth wave here, but you can see a very clear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So personally, I thought we would find some support down here in this level. I thought there's a chance that was it. However, it was not. So looking at it now, whether that bottom is in or not is going to depend a lot on what's happening with the broader market here. But if we look within this fifth wave, you can even count out a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So certainly looks like we have 5 waves in here now within that fifth wave. So should be seeing a turnaround here. Again, I believe across the board, we're about to see some major relief in crypto and risk assets. So flipping over to the weekly chart too. This thing down here, still pretty oversold. Not as bad as a lot of the market, but this RSI has been relatively flat all year. Excuse me, MACD has been relatively flat all year. For the most part, has stayed as positive momentum even through the negative price action. So again, I do think that this thing's about to turn around here sooner than later. We should see this curl back up, RSI move from low to high over here on FET. That's the higher time frame stuff. Let's zoom in a little bit, talk about what we got going on. Pretty easy to tell. Let me trash everything. Pretty easy to tell that, we're in a little bit of a, there we go. We're in a little bit of a range here. Finally starting to break out, broke out, back tested it, came down pretty close to a double bottom, didn't get the wick, but at least as far as the candle closes are concerned, found some support right there. What is this? The daily. And the daily starting to look to peak up after a small correction, staying pretty close to bullish. Anything above 40 is going to be bullish. Right here, we drop down, neutral bullish, slight bear, but it looks like we're moving our way back up. And we're starting to see the momentum pop up as well, getting close to the zero line. The strongest moves typically happen when we're getting here above zero. So haven't seen that for quite a while. It was brief back there earlier in the year. But again, markets rolled over. A lot of good things happening from a narrative perspective right now, with Iran and the Clarity Act. So I am, again, optimistic we're going to see a turnaround here pretty soon. If you look to just, some immediate resistances that are going to be coming up. First one to note, right up here, that last high, that's like what Bitcoin and Ethereum are kind of breaking out of right now. This area. So that would be like FET being up here around 19 cents. So I think that happens here pretty quickly, especially if those two are still going, because again, Bitcoin and Ethereum, they're the leaders, but they're popping out of this level. They're like up here. That would be like FET being at 19 cents. I do think that that's what's in the works. I think it's coming pretty quick here, guys. So hang in there. I know it's been tough, but we haven't seen some real significant upside in a while. And from a macro perspective, it certainly looks like the stars are aligning. So if you guys want to learn more about the macro and how everything works together, join the Quantum Circle. I also give you real-time trades, access to my portfolio. There's a Discord. I teach you how to do TA. Link to that in my bio. If not, thank you so much for being here. If you guys could follow, like, repost. I want to get this out to as many as I can before it's too late. So I hope everyone's having a wonderful day, and I'll catch you in the next one.